Hey, you guys, Mr. West here. Listen, I want to tell you guys about how I quit drinking. All right? Now, I'm only going to do this one time. I don't want to become a recovery channel or a sobriety channel, okay? There's so much more to me than that. But I do recognize that this information is helpful, or it could be helpful to someone. So, I tried quitting drinking many times, and I relapsed many times. So, first and foremost, I want you guys to understand that relapse is part of recovery, okay? It doesn't matter if it's one time, it doesn't matter if it's 100 times. Very likely, you're gonna relapse. And if you don't, hey, you're the shit, okay? So don't beat yourself up if you relapse. Now, don't use it as an excuse. Hey, Mr. West says, relapse is part of the recovery process, so, get off my back. I'm not saying that. I'm not about bitches, right? Don't be like that. You're better than that. All right. The next thing that you need to understand is that in order for you to quit drinking, your attitude toward the situation is going to determine the results. Okay? If you don't want to quit, then turn this video off right now. You're wasting time. If you want to quit, just like going into any academic endeavor, like if you're in school, all right, and you're getting ready to take a test, if you go into that test thinking, I'm going to do really shitty at this, you probably will, all right? You probably will. So your attitude going into the situation is going to be of utmost importance. Have a positive attitude, okay? Go into it thinking, I can learn here. Go into it thinking, I am a student. I don't know anything. Be teachable, okay? If you already know all this stuff and you're still drinking, then you don't know it. The next thing is going to be, so if you got your attitude, the next thing is going to be your self-talk. And this, to me, this is the most important part of quitting drinking, okay? Your self-talk, because this is something that you can do as many times a day as you want. And you don't really have a choice in the matter of whether or not you're going to be talking to yourself. So since you don't got a choice as to whether or not you get to communicate with yourself, it makes the most sense. It's most intelligent to me to communicate with yourself in a powerful way, okay? When I used to try to quit drinking before, I would come at it from a place of frustration. I was frustrated. Why can't I quit fucking drinking? Right? Why? Why can't I quit drinking? Why can't I be normal? Why can't I be that guy? Right? Can you see the problem with that question? Can you see a problem with those questions? Why can't I? Those are limiting questions. When somebody finally, put a little bit of intelligence into this freaking skull here, they taught me something that was so simple that it almost fucking pissed me off. They said to me, why don't you just ask yourself better quality questions, Mr. West? Instead of saying, why can't I quit drinking? Why don't you say to yourself, how can I quit drinking? How can I quit drinking? Phenomenal. Oh my gosh, I never even thought that I could. I thought I was the one with the problem. I didn't even remember that. I couldn't remember. I didn't even know that I could. So I started asking myself better quality questions. How can I quit drinking? And then I started thinking, okay, because I started thinking I'm real smart now, right? Don't give Mr. West any ego boost in thinking he's smart, because he's going to go running with it. So how can I quit drinking and love it, right? And my brain, I always say that your brain is like a loyal dog. Your brain, like the loyal dog, is going to go find that question, go find that answer. So before, when I was saying, why can't I quit drinking? My brain, like the loyal dog, would go and find that answer. Well, you can't quit drinking because you suck. You can't quit drinking because of this, that, or the other reason, motherfucker. That's why. But when I started asking myself better quality questions, how can I quit drinking and love it? Well, shit, that fucking loyal dog of mine went to work finding those answers. You can quit drinking like this and like this and like this. Oh, and you can love it like this, which is what I'm doing now, by the way. I'm doing YouTube. I quit drinking. I'm a recovered alcoholic, and I am loving it. All right? I am being creative as a motherfucker, as creative as I've ever been. Doing these YouTube videos, this is not me. I have expanded on my identity. Now, I didn't get rid of my identity. I didn't get rid of my past. I'm still the guy who has that past. That's my foundation. All right? That's the fact of the matter. Mr. West is a recovered alcoholic. I used to be out there just guzzling back the freaking booze. Just talking to women and stuff like that, thinking I sounded cool and shit, which I probably did. I always sound cool. Never mind that. Even that sounded fucking stupid. Anyways, can you guys see what I'm saying though? If you want to quit drinking, right? First and foremost, attitude. Your attitude going into the situation is gonna be the biggest determining factor of the results that you get. All right? Your self-talk. Something that you can do as many times a day as you want. And by the way, you talk to yourself. That's why it's called self-talk. Don't say this shit out loud to other people. You sound like an asshole. But I've used it so many times, man, my self-talk. How can I'll talk to myself just about regular random shit just to make me giggle. You know, like I'll be doing my mustache in the mirror or something like that. Yeah, nobody cuts their mustache like Mr. West. That's right. Nobody looks. You know, if it makes me giggle, it makes me laugh. It's good for me, right? And I just learned how to use my brain. I learned how to my self-talk is the most important thing. I talk to me more than I talk to anybody. Whose voice do I hear more than anybody else's in the world? Mine, right? And if you learn something, okay, here's what I want you guys to learn. If you hear something enough times, whether it be a lie or whether it be true, if you hear it enough times, over and over and over enough times, you'll start to believe it. All right? And the number 3 thing, get moving. Get moving. You know? Like, you got a great attitude now. You got your stellar fucking self-talk. Get your ass out there and move. Get your ass out there and share it with somebody. Get your ass out there and do that, because then you're going to pull more signals towards you that's going to continue to expand on this identity that you are. And then you start, you'll have this identity. It's like this little sphere of things, of this new expansion of who you are. And then you just keep building on it. And you keep building on it. Your influence gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is, and before you know it, you're too big to be contained. And then you got to go on YouTube and you need to be contained by the world because you're so goddamn big, right? Because you're so full of this new person that you are. Hopefully you're not full of shit. Hopefully the new person that you are is not full of shit. Hopefully you're full of love and enthusiasm and discipline and all kinds of stuff. Hopefully your cup just runs over so that you have so much in you that you can just give to the rest of the world. That's what I hope for you. That's what I hope for any one of us. But that's how I quit drinking. I quit. I am a recovered alcoholic. I'm done with that shit. And now the rest of my life, I'm going to be continuously improving. And I'm going to improve right in front of you guys. I'm not going to continuously talk about alcohol, though. That's one thing I don't want to do. And I feel like that would pull a person back anyways, if you continuously talk about alcohol. I'm not saying like AA and things like that are not good. I'm not saying. But for me, I'm best when I'm on my feet. I think best when I'm on my feet and I'm in real life situations. I can't just go sit somewhere and just talk about this shit. Not too much anyways. I tried that even when I first started my YouTube channel. I tried that shit. I tried to just sit there and talk about recovery and talk about sobriety. Fuck that shit. I needed to live out my sobriety. I needed to get out there and live out my recovery. I needed to get out there and show what it looks like. This is what a recovered man looks like. This is what a recovered man looks like when he's in motion. I'm out there on that back porch. I'm working out. I'm hanging out with my kids. I'm with my woman. I'm going to be getting married soon. I'm running my business. I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm doing everything except drinking. And I'm fucking loving it. How about you? Have a great rest of your day on purpose, okay? God bless you. Thank you for listening. I'm out of here.